Nigeria has started to experience dangerous political violence and it is becoming a trend. On August 30, 2025, there was a report of the disruption of the inauguration of transition committee members of the African Democratic Congress in Kaduna. It was a sad news that political violence is being encouraged by some desperate politicians, and the immediate suspect is of course the All Progressives Congress, the ruling All Progressives Congress, the ruling party in Nigeria and in Kaduna State itself. A country, a democratic country with desperate politicians sending thugs after opposition political party. Otherwise, who could have sent the thugs? Because we were not aware of any faction as at the time of the occurrence. And we know how opposition political parties are getting destabilized and trooping into the All Progressives Congress, with particular reference to the People's Democratic Party, emptying itself into the All Progressives Congress in some governors and elected officers in the legislature, both in the House of Representatives and in the Senate. The camping into the All Progressives Congress. Well, insofar as all of that is peaceful, based on the volition of the decampees, well, but this dangerous trend of attacking the opposition political parties with thugs is nothing but dangerous. And that happened at the end of August this year. Unfortunately, on October 21 this month, was that day before yesterday, another report of attack on the African Democratic Congress, this time in Yoruba land, in Ekiti State. It happened, or is reported to have happened, in Ado-Ekiti, the capital of Ekiti State, whereby in the early hours of Wednesday, of Tuesday, in the early hours of Tuesday, that means before daybreak, before sun is out, thugs went to set ablaze the secretariat of the African Democratic Congress. Burnt down the secretariat, and among the things destroyed were plastic chairs, microphones, and office equipment. You know, this is a serious retrogression that people are not free. They no longer have freedom of movement and association, freedom of expression. Nobody has attacked the All Progressives Congress, because opposition political parties from different quarters, with particular reference to the major opposition political party, the People's Democratic Party, are trooping into the All Progressives Congress. Well, my own is just a suspicion that the APC may be behind it, whether in Kaduna State or in Ado-Ekiti State. But the suspicion is apt, because we are talking of the ruling political party that is attracting opposition political parties into its fold, notwithstanding pervasive insecurities and worsening mass abject poverty, fueling armed banditry, including armed robbery, terrorism, and what have you. So it's not as if Nigerians are enjoying. They are feeling the trauma of insecurity, attacks, kidnapping in many places, worsening mass abject poverty. Yet, opposition political parties trooping into the All Progressives Congress. But beyond that, it behooves the ruling party, the ruling All Progressives Congress, to provide security. So, even if it were not, or even if it was not behind the attacks on the coalition political party, the African Democratic Congress, it behooves the government to provide security anyway. So, those thugs should be apprehended and brought to book, whether you talk of Kaduna or Ekiti State. And above all, that the trend should be arrested and nipped in the bud before it degenerates to something else. Some of us cannot readily forget the event of 1965, the wet year. Oh my God. You know, the wild west. And now Kaduna northwest, Ekiti State southwest. This is no joke. The trend must stop. Otherwise, it is a slaw on the ruling All Progressives Congress. Whether some of its miscreants are behind it or not, it is not to the glory of the ruling party that must provide security to its own credit. people must now be afraid to belong to opposition political party in a democratic country, because that's the implication. And whether the APC is behind it or not, it behooves it to provide security and to ensure security of life and property, and that people must not be afraid to belong to opposition political party. That is my concern. I'm not a politician and don't belong to any political party. As it were, I'm hoping for something better than both APC and ADC on a personal note, but I'm concerned about our democracy that is being endangered, whereby Nigerians will be afraid to belong to the opposition. That is retrogression, and it's not credit to the ruling political party at all. I don't want to say more than that.